This is Voluntas, my ultimate Iron Man. As an ultimate Iron Man, I cannot trade nor use a bank, but I decided to push my restrictions a little further and became a Slayer pure account. My Slayer level will not be going above 1. This locks off many items and other conveniences that Slayer provides. And what for? Jal-nib-rek, a pet received at a 1% chance from the inferno, one of the most difficult pieces of content in the game, a symbol of mastering the inferno. And for me, conquering it without Slayer. Oh, welcome back. This episode we're going to be using all these herbs I harvested last episode, and that should free up a lot of bag space, which will be really nice. But first I'm here because I need to change my house location. I need my house to be in a specific place, which is Relica, and might as well change my house style. I have some secondaries I still need to collect for some of the herbs, so I'll go do that and then we'll get into actual potion making. First, for my 548 irits, I need a bunch of unicorn horns, but I'm not just gonna kill unicorns here. There we go, I just needed 8 of them. And now I head over here for cows. And now I just take these over to the Tower of Life. The Tower of Life is pretty commonly used on an ultimate to get red spider's eggs, because it has a method to farm noted red spider's eggs, but I'm good on red spider's eggs. But you can also use it to make a unicow, which is pretty easy to farm and gives noted unicorn horns and some collection log items, but those aren't important. So I just fight a bunch of them, take the noted horns, and then I just head back here to get some more cowhide. And now that I have 8 cowhides, I just need to head to a bank to unnote the unicorn horns, and then I head back to the Tower of Life. It shouldn't be too slow, hopefully, to farm all 548 unicorn horns. Oh, well, that's the other collection log item from here. You can wear it, and it stores like a banana and a sandwich. I tested doing 30 minutes of this. I started at 90 unicorn horns, so I gained 138 in 30 minutes, and that wasn't that efficient. So it's about 270 to 300 per hour, which isn't bad. It won't be too long to get all 500. Oh, and yeah. Alright, there are all of the unicorn horns I need. Now I want to get all the snape grass. I need a lot of snape grass because I have 1,162 Renar weeds, so I need that many snape grass. I do have snape grass planted at pretty much every allotment patch, so first I'll harvest that, and then I'll see where to go from there. Alright, that's not a promising yield. Alright, I only need about 1,000 more snape grass. I've harvested pretty much all I have, but that's fine. It's actually why I changed my house portal to be in Relica. It's definitely better to plant a bunch of snape grass, and I probably should have saved some seeds for it, but instead what I can do is head over here, and there's a bunch of snape grass here, so I can just run around and collect some, and then quickly head to the farming guild to note them, and then run back. I'll just need to take like 50 trips. And it looks like the respawn timer is quick enough to just run around the area where you land. It might be worth waiting to do this until I get the water birth teleport by completing lunar diplomacy, but I'd rather just get it done. It won't be that bad, just a bit of running. Alright, I timed 30 minutes of snape grass collecting. I started at 195, so it would be 600 snape grass per hour, which means this won't take long for 1,000, which is a lot of bread potions, so it's alright. Well, there we go. 1,162 snape grass, which is enough for my Renars. Now I need limport roots, which I also have planted around, so I'll see how much I can get. I need 192 for my corms. Alright, that's all of the limport roots harvested. I still need some, so I'll head over to the crafting guild. Alright, I was gonna kill hobgoblins for limport roots, but I don't think it's actually gonna be worth it. Alright, for limport roots, I'm going to leave for the seeds. I didn't really want to fill up my seed box with new seeds, but I guess I'll just keep the good herb seeds. Oh, and there are some limport root seeds. They're like 1 in 86. I've thieved 8 so far. I'll just plant them and get back to thieving more. It will take a little longer than I thought because obviously I'm getting stunned, and also I'm only using 6 patches to plant them, so I need to plant them a couple times, but it doesn't look too bad. It'll be pretty quick, probably quicker than killing hobgoblins instead. There's 77 thieving. Maybe that'll help a bit with my success rate. Alright, that took a while, but finally got it. I also planted some snapegrass around and a bit of toadflax as well, so it wasn't too bad. And I also got 2 snapdragon seeds and 10 renar seeds. Alright, now I swear I'll get to some herblore, but there's another ingredient I need. I need around 170 marks of grace for amylase to make staminas. I could just go on a rooftop course to get marks, but the Kandarin Hard Diary gives 15% more marks of grace from the course, as well as the Camelot teleport can teleport you to the bank, which is good for running the course. It increases the rates. So I'm gonna quickly complete the easy, medium, and hard diaries. I should be able to, but I will need to complete a few quests. First is gonna be Taibo One Eye Trio. And there we are, that's the first quest. I have one more I need to do though. And I can claim some fishing XP, cooking XP, and some combat XP, and a rune spear, which I'll alch. Oh, that's a hard task completed for the desert diary. And now we can start King's Ransom. Here we go. And there we go. That should be all the quests I need, and some free herblore XP. But there are a few quest similar things I need to do, so I'll get to those. First, I need to do barbarian training. There's a hard task on the way. Alright, well, I need to kill a mithril dragon. Not sure if I'll be able to manage. First, I'll plant these jute seeds. It's an easy task. There we go. Alright, I hope this gear's good enough to kill a mithril dragon. This isn't looking good. I mean, it's not going that badly. If I can come back and finish this in another trip, I can probably get it. Or if I get really lucky here. Alright, nice. I got lucky there. And that's a hard task. The wiki says I need full completion of barbarian training, but it doesn't look like I need it. So I guess I'll not do it, and if I need to, I'll come back. I'd have to get chewed bones, which are 1 in 42 from mithril dragons. I'd rather not, so hopefully I don't need to do that. I switched my house earlier to Relica for collecting snapegrass, but I don't need it there anymore, and it's just so much nicer in Prifddinas. And while I'm here, I need to decorate it with fancy stone, which is another task. And it looks like this. So another thing I need for the diary tasks is piety, which is also just really good to have on my account for PVM. And you get it from completing the night waves on the top floor of the Camelot Castle. Also, I'll redecorate my house to Fremnik style. This shouldn't be too hard. I think I can just flinch everything. Last episode, I alched my dragon scimitar, and it probably would be useful here, but probably wouldn't be that useful. I can probably get by with the rune spear. I shouldn't need food, but I'll take some just in case. I should be able to just enter here. Yeah, I can do this. Having to flinch everything might get a little annoying though, but at least it's foolproof, or at least it should be. And by the way, the reason I got the spear is because it has all 3 styles on it, and some of the enemies are weaker to one of the styles, so having access to all 3 is nice. There we go. That wasn't too hard. So I get some XP, and I can access the chivalry and piety prayers. Piety is going to be very, very useful moving forward. And also I can set my spawn to Camelot. And it's a hard achievement diary task to enter the courtyard with piety on. Oh, the courthouse. There we go. So that's a useful task out of the way. Now for the most part, I think I'll just go through the tasks pretty much in order. I need to buy a candle from the candle maker, collect 5 flax from the flax field, play the church organ. I need to kill 1 of each elemental in the elemental workshop, get a pet fish from Harry, complete a lap of the barbarian agility course. Alright, and some more herblore. Create a super anti-poison from scratch. I got the ear from Sorcerer's Garden. Fletch a maple shortbow in the bank. Kill a giant in the waterfall dungeon. Oh, and that's a combat task as well. Steal from the chest in Hemminster. And my final medium task is complete a wave of barbarian assault. So I'll just move on to the hard tasks before that. Create a yew longbow from scratch. Charge a water warp. And smith an adamant spear. Now the last 2 tasks require me to complete a wave of barbarian assault and complete all 10 waves, so I'll just go to barbarian assault now. I guess I need to death storage, but barbarian assault is a safe minigame, so I can just keep my items in the death storage. Alright, we got to wave 10 and then failed it once and then everyone left. Unlucky. Alright, there we are. It took 2 tries, but got it in the end. And it wasn't too bad. I just need to buy the granite body, and I need to equip it. That's all the medium and hard tasks. And I guess I have some extra points for later, which I will be coming back eventually. I don't need to grab everything actually. I just wanna alch everything I got, including the granite body. I can't keep it. And I guess I can leave everything in here, so I have an empty inventory for herblore, or at least relatively empty. Now I can just claim the rewards. So I get some nice things like increased herbs from the Catherby herb patch. Extra points from Barbarian Assault is also nice, because I will be going back. And I get these lamps, which are all going on herblore. Almost level, but the main 2 things I wanted is I get 15% more marks of grace from the agility course. I need like 170 marks, so I will need to be here for quite a while. So it's good to get more. And also I can teleport to the Sears Village Bank, which is closer to the start of the agility course. So I just do it at the end of every lap. This will be the final ingredient collecting. I just need to run around here for a while. Also, the agility XP is really nice. I might get 76, which is what I need for the Silvera Fairy Ring shortcut. And agility is just nice for run regen. I took a look at the wiki, and it seems like I'll be here for a bit over 10 hours. So it's a bit longer than I thought, but I needed to do agility training anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. There's 75 agility. What is this? Looks nice. I wouldn't mind if it stayed like that. There's 76 agility, which gives me the shortcut to Zilra from the fairy ring, which is how I'm gonna farm Zilra, so that's pretty useful. Still need like 100 more marks of grace though, so I'll be here for a while more. Nice. Some death runes. There's 77. Oh, and 1750 total, which gives me some more total worlds. Might be nice for buying from shops. Herb lore, almost the level. Alright, and that means 75 herb lore. Nice. There's a 78 agility, which is actually a pretty good level to get because it moves me into the next bracket for run energy restoration. The bracket's 78 to 83 agility, so my run energy will recharge slightly faster. Also, I only need 4 more marks of grace, so this shouldn't take long. Well, there's the final mark of grace. That'll give me 1,700 amylase, which is enough to turn all my super energies I'll have into staminas. Alright, now I need to do one more thing, but I think this is actually the last thing before I start making potions. I need to count up all the herbs I need and buy enough noted vials of water to make the potions. All the herbs add up to 8,175. Here at Yatix in Taverley, you can buy water-filled vial packs and you open them to get noted vials of water, 100 each. So I'll get 8,200 of these and that'll be enough for my herbs. There we go, that was quick. Now onto the first herb. Obviously a herb lore is a little different on an ultimate compared to any other account. Usually you need to death storage and then take out whatever herb you need and then process it that way. The first herb I'm going to be doing is Terramin, which I shouldn't need to re-death storage for. I'll take my lumberjack outfit and I need a blessing and shield. I'll show you why. I'll get a rune axe. I need 22 empty inventory spaces, so I can store my death runes in there and I'll drop the fire runes. I'll also deposit my extra money in the LMS coffer. I can drop my fire runes, a little bit of money, and Staff of Air. I'll buy one back. I actually need one more inventory slot for a tinderbox. I guess the hard glue has to go. There's a decent chance I wouldn't even be able to do it. Now I need to chop 22 logs, and then I light all the logs, and there's 73 fire making, and then I take off all my equipment and unnote vials of water, then put everything back on and unnote Terramins and make the unfinished Terramin potions. And now these fires are starting to burn out, so I take the ashes and I make serum 207s for 50 XP each. I honestly don't know how worth it this is on a pretty developed Ultimate Iron Man, but I feel like I might as well because I have the Terramins. So I make 11 serum 207s, then pick up the remaining 11 ashes, unnote vials of water, drop the ashes, unnote Terramins, make unfinished potions, pick up the ashes, and then make the remaining potions. You can automatically make them by just using one on the other and then waiting, or you can speed it up if you want. So that's how I'll use my Terramins up. It might be a little while, but should be a decent amount of XP. Alright, Book of Knowledge, extra 1,125 herb lore XP. That's like 20 potions. Alright, there are all the Terramins used. It took like 5 hours, or maybe 4. It was like 300 herbs an hour. Well, now to decide on the next herb. I think a good one to do next would be Harlander. For my Harlanders, I'm going to need some money because the way to make them involves buying from a shop. I'll just take 2 mil, should be more than enough. And I need a pestle and mortar. Now I just head to Lumbridge and I buy from here. First I unnote the water vials and make unfinished Hardlander potions. Now I can swap the chocolate bar by 50, so I just left click by 50. Then I just crush the bars into dust and make energy potions. I'm not going to keep them, they're not worth keeping. And now that I have the potions in my inventory, I unnote water vials, then I drop all the potions, then unnote herbs, and I just continue through the cycle. I have like 900 herbs to go through, but it shouldn't be too long since I'm making them pretty quickly. There we go, 76 herb lore. I can now make magic potions, which I actually was planning on making. I got potato cactus for that. And I just have a few more Heartlanders to go through. Alright, there are all the Heartlanders used. On to the next herb. Well, this is another one I'm gonna be dropping, and I don't have many, so I might as well make them. It's my Lantidimes and potato cactus. I'm gonna be making magic potions. I only have 77 of them though, and they give 172.5 XP. That's a lot of XP. Alright, that was pretty quick. And now I'll start going through the potions I'm actually going to keep. First, Cadentines. They give super defense potions, which are useful to keep eventually to make super combats, but that's with 90 herb lore, so it's a bit far away. And I might as well buy a looting bag. It'll help even out my inventory. So on an ultimate, if you're just making potions and gonna drop them, you can just death storage and then use the ingredients and make the potions and drop them. But if you want to keep the potions, you need to do your herb lore at the Grand Exchange. And here's why. You can unnote and just do herb lore as normal and make the potions. 150 XP each too. That's pretty good. And once you've made the potions, you head over to Bob Barter and ask him to decant the potions to 1 dose. But you need some inventory. You also need coins for the extra vials, and he decants them into noted 1 dose. So that's how you get noted potions on an ultimate. You can ask him to decant them into 4 dose, and you'd get noted 4 dose as well. And once I'm done, I'll bag the noted potions and move on to the next potion. And it's the same thing, at least for most potions, it's the same thing. Also, you can unnote from a little bit away from the banker. I'm 2 tiles away, but I can still unnote. Also, I'm mentioning this a little late, but if you're an ultimate, or probably any iron, and you have the Desert Hard Diary complete, you should go to Zahir and pay 200 coins for making water vials and cleaned herbs into unfinished potions. It saves a lot of time and hassle. I can't do that because it requires 68 Slayer, but if you have that or are close to that, it's probably worth doing. There's all the Cadentines used. Now onto the next herb. Next I'll do a very similar herb, Worms. I just need to unnote the materials in the same way. I just have about 200 herbs, so it should be pretty quick. Alright, there we go. That's all the super strengths. I think I'll go with Irits next with my unicorn horns. Now, I actually need unicorn horn dust, but luckily I don't need to carry a pestilent mortar. I can just take it to this guy in Narda and ask him to crush it for me. It is pretty expensive, but it's pretty convenient, so that's nice. Usually with Irits, you make super attacks with Eyes of Newt because Eyes of Newt are easy to get and super attacks are useful for making super combats, but I'm gonna make super anti-poisons. They actually give slightly better XP and I should need them pretty soon. So this will give me a good supply of them. Alright, there we are. That's like 400 super anti-poisons, which hopefully should be enough for what I need it for. I think I'm gonna go through my Aventos next. They give me super energies, and from all these Aventos I should get enough for 77, which means I'll be able to make Staminas next, which means I'll be able to finally get rid of these Marks of Grace. For Aventos I need to make a blessed sickle, so I'll need to mine silver, melt it, craft it, all that, and silver sickle. And now I'll buy some air runes for quick access to my POH. So now what I'll do is head to POH, then I use my fairy ring to head over here in Mauritania by the grotto, and I need to enchant my sickle. There we go. And over here I can cast Bloom and pick the fungus, which is the secondary for Aventos. So now that I'm done, I can head to POH, and I guess I'll go to Edgeville Fairy Ring. And now making the potions will be a little bit annoying because I need to drop the fungus. So there's a little bit of dropping and picking up, but it's not too bad. And then I have super energies, so it's a little more complicated than other potions, but it's not too bad. There's 77, which means I can make staminas. So once I'm done using all these Aventos, I can exchange my Marks of Grace for Amylase and use that to make staminas. Now I won't go on to the next herb. I'll reclaim the rest of my super energies and head to Burthorpe and buy 17 packs of Amylase. It's 1 Amylase crystal per dose of super energy. So what I want to do is turn these potions into 4 dose because it's just 1 crystal per dose no matter what. So better to do it in 4 dose so it's quicker. And now I just unnote the 4 dose and make the potions. Now I have to decant them into 1 dose to be able to decant them back into 4 dose. And now I'll have a lot of staminas. So that's maybe nice. I guess I can use them if I quest, and they will be useful for PVM. And also getting extra Herblore XP for my super energies is nice. Oh, well, that's a dose lost. Alright, there's everything into stamina potions. So about 400 stamina potions. Next, I'll do Snapdragon. And I have the spider's eggs. There we are. That's all the Snapdragons. Now I guess I'll go through my Renaris, which will be a lot of bear potions. There we go. 78. Not really an important level, but 1 level closer to making brews. Alright, there we go. That's all of the Renaris used. And I now have 3,486 doses, which is 871 full potions. I'm really down to not too many herbs now. I think for the remainder of the herbs, I'm gonna need to reclaim items. But first, I will clean these grimy tourstools. I gained the level to clean them, and the next time I'll be receiving tourstools will probably be at Zulrah, and they drop cleaned. So probably a good idea to preemptively clean them. I can't use the tourstools yet though, so they will go in the bag. But now I need to reclaim everything. And for now, I'll put away my Bow of Ferdinand in my stash unit. And this is what my looting bag looks like now. And it's even a bit messy, but it's definitely much more empty, which is nice. I have a lot more free inventory space. So I want to get through these Guams and Marintils, which is why I reclaimed my items, but I also quickly want to get rid of these dwarf weeds. With dwarf weeds, you make range potions, which require Wines of Jal-nib-rek, so I'll go telegrab them. I actually need my Bow of Ferdinand. I didn't consider this. I don't know if this is worth it for 91 dwarf weeds, but I want to access the upstairs room, which you need Jal-nib-rek monk robes for, and you get them as a 1 in 20 drop from these guys, so should be pretty easy. But there it is. So now with these Jal-nib-rek monk robes, I can telegrab up here, and it doesn't hurt me. Now that I have a full inventory of wines, I'll first put my bow back in my stash unit. So now, as before, I drop some wines to unnote water vials, then unnote dwarf weeds, then I make some range potions. And I note them here. If I had a lot of dwarf weeds, I should probably just farm Calphite Queen for noted wines, but since I have so few, this works just fine. I'll get through these dwarf weeds, then we go on to the Guams and Marintils, which will be a bit more complicated and will probably take a little while. Alright, there's all the dwarf weeds used. So I need a seal of passage, which I can wear. You just claim these waking sleep vials with kindling, and then you soak the kindling, then drop the soaked kindling, then you get another. And This is just to get the empty vials. So I need to do this for pretty much a full inventory. Now that I have a full inventory, I run over to the bank, and now I fill the vials with water, and then over at this bank I unnote herbs and use them on the vials for 84 XP each, which is really good considering these herbs are really easy to get. So I'll unnote 5 of each, and then destroy some of the vials, and now I can do 5 at a time. This is why I farmed Marintils, 84 XP each. It's a little tedious of a method though, but should be worth the XP. And by the way, you can't do this method if you have completed lunar diplomacy. This will probably be the last time I do the method because I want to complete the quest, but before I complete the quest I might as well use all these herbs for some nice XP. Alright, I'd like to first apologize for my inventory. I have to differentiate between a filled and empty vial, and a Guam vial, Marintil vial, and a Guam Marintil vial. And I'll let you in on a little secret, they're the same picture. But anyway, there's 79 herb lore. I can now make super strong anti-poison potions, and a little bit closer to brews. So it is good XP from here. It is 186k until the next level though, so I don't think I'll be getting another level. Alright, there's the final Guams used. So now I will just use Marintils, which means my XP per hour will go down a bit. My XP per hour currently is around 36k per hour, but I'll still get a fair amount of XP from them at least, even if it takes a little while. And there we go. That's all of the Marintils, which means I'm done with all my herbs. And there's a little bit over 700,000 herb lore XP in all gained. I was originally thinking maybe I'd go through the toad flax and try to make brews, but that would be complicated. I'd have to try to find a lot of XP, and you can't really find 300,000 herb lore XP randomly. It's not RS3. But anyway, I've freed up a lot of inventory, made a lot of prayer potions, restores, and a bunch of other potions, some super anti-poison. I have a much freer inventory, which should be really nice for my next grinds. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.